I'm Kylie, and this is...
I'm Makosa.
And we're going to talk about education in the...
Back Bay Area.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about Snowden and then a little bit about...
Boston Public Library.
So here we go.
Boston Public Library, known to local residents as the BPL, was initially a gift of Joshua Pate. It is the oldest free public city library supported by tax in the world. William Rutherford Mead was an architect in 1879. He met McKim and started work with him. The final member of the firm was Stanford White. He helped design the Trinity Church in Copley Square. One of Mead's most notable individual accomplishments was the design of the second Madison Square Garden, located on New York City. Unfortunately, he was shot and killed on the Madison Square Garden roof by Harry Thaw over a love affair.
During the first 4 years, the library was located in a former school building located on Mason Street. It was open to the public on March 20th, 1854. In December of that same year, the library's commissioners were authorized to relocate a new building on Boylston Street. The building where it is now located was not completed until 1895.
This is the first free library in the United States, and also the first library who reached out and had branches. We have branches all over Boston.
Inside of the building contains over 6.1 million volumes, including the special collections of Spanish and Portuguese literature. The building is proud of the 1.2 million rare books, maps, musical scores, and prints, including a few first edition manuscripts of William Shakespeare. Also housed inside is the personal library of John Adams and rooms decorated by John Singer Sargent, a well-known mural painter from Italy. He was considered the most successful painter of his time.
We have 3.5 million people, visitors annually, who take our tour, and it is a wonderful building to meet people from all over the world.
A little bit about the Boston Public Library.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about Snowden International. Snowden International was built in 1966. It started as a community school named Copley Square High School, but later it transformed its name to Snowden International in 1988. Morrell Sutherland Snowden was an African-American longtime community activist. Morrell was born in 1916 and passed away in 1988. The daughter of a successful dentist, she had to deal with segregation while growing up in an upper-middle-class, all-white neighborhood. Later on, she married Odo P. Snowden, and together they were the founders of the Freedom House.
In 1988, in her honor, she was dying of cancer, and she had always said to me that she'd like to have the school named in her honor. And a group of people got together and presented to the school committee in 1988, and the school's name was changed from Copley Square International High School to the Muriel Snowden International School at Copley.
The Freedom House provides opportunities for greater interracial contact and understanding between communities itself and residents of those of Greater Boston.
The International School was an effort to deal with the racial conflicts and cultural conflicts in the city of Boston, but at the same time working locally, addressing nationally, worldly, and looking at that we can get, as I said earlier, get along within our city better in terms of our relationships. Then we have a program or a foundation for being able to communicate with people outside the city of Boston and in the world much more effectively.
Snowden has close to 400 students. It is significant not only because it was named after Muriel Snowden, but because it has some curriculums that might not be found in other schools.
So 83% of our student body is involved in Asian languages, even though 50% of the school is taking Asian languages.
So now you heard a little bit about Snowden and
The Boston Public Library.
So that's a wrap.